Welcome to Advisory Conversations with Tim Seymour and Deb Halliday. This podcast is for accounting professionals and financial coaches who are ready to step beyond compliance and into advisory. Because real advisory isn't about doing more yourself. It's about building something that works without you being the bottleneck.
Hello and welcome along again to another episode of Advisory Conversations. And this week we are joined by our new partner to APX training. Welcome along, Hetty Verney.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here.
Thanks, Hetty. Great to have you here. And of course, as always, I'm joined by Deb. Welcome, Deb.
Hi there.
Okay, so Hetty, you've decided and agreed to partner up with us at APX training. You're going to be, helping us with some sessions later on down the line. So for everyone to get to know you first and foremost, would you tell us a bit about your business journey, please?
Absolutely. I'm Hetty Verney. I'm known as the Conscious Accountant. I have been an accountant for 30 plus years now. And I help business owners make sense of their numbers, make them work. I go a sort of step further. I've learned that patterns underlying in our business help or stop us doing certain things. I became an accountant totally out of necessity. I was looking after two small boys. I was a single mum. I went to my local college and I said, I need to do something that gives me enough money, gives me a job satisfaction, and also makes me flexible so that I can be around for my boys for their nativity plays and all the rest of it. And they said, have you ever thought of being an accountant? And I said, no, never. Why? And they said, well, were you ever any good at maths? And I said, well, yeah, actually, I was quite good. And actually, I do the bookkeeping for the shop that I'm working for as manager. And they said, well, why don't you do this degree? And I said, okay, why not? So I did it. I got qualified, set up my own business, had a few small clients to start off with, and then just built it up over the years, built up my team working for me, stepped back from doing all the compliance work myself and started doing the advisory mentoring side of things, which was much more what I wanted to do and what I wanted to be able to give to my clients, because I wanted them to be able to start looking forward as opposed to always looking backwards as traditional accountants do. And then about 3 years ago, I started doing a lot of inner work on myself because I was going through a lot of personal things. And I realized that so many of my clients had blocks, the beliefs that were stopping them doing something, whether it was the confidence they needed to be able to price their work with their potential clients, or whether it was undercharging or over-delivering. Over-delivering was massive, absolutely massive. And so I started training in something called belief coding, which is, it's like your inner software. And there are patterns and beliefs running all of our lives. Whether we know about them, whether we understand them or not, makes no difference. They're all running underneath. They're just sort of like the undercurrent of the river that's always running there. And it runs our lives. And sometimes those beliefs are, our subconscious is trying to keep us safe. But actually what it's doing is it's hampering us growing, doing the things that we want to do. So when I'm working with my clients, I have people who are undercharging, as I say, over-delivering, but they're also avoiding their numbers. They're scared of the spreadsheet or the bank statement. And so therefore, whatever work you're doing with them on their numbers is actually not going to make the slightest bit of difference. Because if those beliefs don't align with where they're actually sitting, then they are never going to move forward. So when you've got those clients who you're doing the advisory work and they're not doing what you're suggesting, what the goals that they've set, and they'll always come up with an excuse. It could be, I haven't got time, or it's just not me, or whatever. It's just how I am. That's one of the most common. It's just how I am. And actually, those are the clients that I work with to help clear those patterns, those underlying patterns, to help them grow, free them up from those beliefs that are stopping them, so that they can do whatever it is, so that their goals are actually aligned with them, with their subconscious. Their subconscious says, okay, yeah, you're feeling safe doing this now. Let's go for it. Let's do whatever it is. So that's my journey over the last 30 plus years, basically.
Thanks, Hetty. Yeah, I mean, we've known you for some time now ourselves. And we've worked together in the previous membership, as we know, and it's really exciting that we're going to be working with you again now. And the belief coding is the aspect that you're bringing to the table for us, and it's really exciting because the way I understand it, and I know you've just explained part of it, but the way I understand it is that something inside us holds us back from achieving what we want to achieve, and we don't really know how to unlock it. But you've kind of got a secret, maybe a secret code, perhaps we would call it, or you have a way that can help people unlock that and help them then break through that barrier that's stopping them and help them achieve what they want to achieve. Have I captured that in the right way as a brief kind of concept?
No, I think you have. It is a sort of secret. We work somatically, so we work with your body and how it feels when you're talking about, say, pricing or something like that, and you're saying to your client or your potential client, it's going to cost you £500 a month, and automatically your body will go into, and you're desperate to say something else, almost to justify it to your subconscious. But actually, what we do is we delve into the first memory that relates to that feeling, that emotion that comes up. We help neutralize the emotion or even make it positive, hopefully. So we recode that emotion so it doesn't feel so. So when you next say to your client or potential client, it's going to cost you £500 a month, or the investment is £500 a month, whatever it happens to be, however you're wording it, your body is not reacting to that, because your client will see that on a Zoom call, face to face. They'll see you going, and if you can help, I can help remove that belief, because your subconscious, again, is just trying to keep you safe. That's all it's doing. And when you're saying the investment's going to be £500 a month, your subconscious is saying, that's not right. I can't ask for that. That's wrong. Somebody's told me in the past that it's wrong to ask for that amount of money. Or a teacher has said to you something like, only rich people are the ones who are going to get to the top, and rich people are evil. Anything. It doesn't matter what that belief is. And it doesn't necessarily have to be anything to do with money or pricing. It could be something else completely that, again, your subconscious is just saying, that's not right. You can't go there. Absolutely no way. So we use a lot of somatic release to remove that belief. And the body's responses are so unbelievably important when it comes to running our businesses, and whether it's our clients' businesses or our own businesses, because if we don't feel safe saying something, then our clients are going to pick it up. They are going to pick it up. So when we use these somatic kinesiology responses in the body, then we can basically go back to that first belief whenever it happened, probably in your childhood, but it might not have been. It could have even been in a past life. We clear that so that it's either negative or positive, or neutral or positive, actually, I should say. And that has a domino effect on every single other experience during your life that this has happened. So it could be, again, as I say, about the pricing or the confidence, or it doesn't really matter what the belief is. It could be self-worth. It could be anything. I just haven't got the confidence because, I don't know, when I was 7 years old, I was told to stand on a stage and recite a poem or something like that. And I was so scared I couldn't do it. I just clammed up. And that will have repeated itself time and time again. And your subconscious will get to believe that that's right. So we try to teach your subconscious that actually, thank you very much for keeping us safe for all this time, but actually, you don't need to anymore. We're okay. We can deal with this. And it's unbelievably powerful, and it's a very safe environment to be able to release it. And you don't have to talk for hours like you would do with a counselor or something like that, or a coach. You don't have to talk about that experience. You don't even have to tell me as the facilitator what that experience is. It's literally a very, very gentle process, but the transformation is absolutely unbelievable and usually almost immediate as well.
Yeah. It's funny because when Tim and I were building out the program for transitioning from technician to advisor, you immediately came to mind because it's the confidence a lot of the time.
Yeah.
People don't think that they have the aptitude, if you like, to be able to transition from doing the bookkeeping to advising business owners.
Yeah.
And it's understanding that the skills that they have are they're more than capable, but it's how do you get that underlying belief across? So when Tim and I were discussing, we said, well, Hetty is the perfect person to join our team because she does belief coding. Yeah. So how do you see that? And I know that you've been through the program and you've given us lots of areas of where you'll enjoy working with our community. How do you see that working for bookkeepers or accountants transitioning into either an advisor role or even then an advisory team leader role?
Well, I would say that the biggest area would be in confidence. Absolutely, without a doubt. Building confidence in yourself and resetting that programming that's underlying, that's stopping you doing whatever it happens to be. But it's also, you're moving into a new identity, a totally new identity. You've got the skills, you've got the training, you've had all of this year's experience, absolutely fabulous. But if that programming underneath is still going to hold you back, you're not going to get there because it does not align with you. And building that confidence, you can fake it till you make it until the cows come home. But your subconscious is still going to take you back to that place. Always, always will take you back to that place because it's trying to keep you safe. And that's all it's doing. So building the confidence is huge, but being able to change that identity from calling yourself the accountant or calling yourself the advisor, they're very different. And even just saying that to some people, what does it feel like when you call yourself an advisor? And a lot of people are like, no, I'm not an advisor. I'm an accountant who's offering advisory. No. The identity change to being an advisor from an accountant is huge. It's really, really big. And being able to do that is absolutely paramount, I think. How you think about yourself, how you act, how an advisor acts as opposed to how an accountant acts, how an advisor dresses as opposed to how an accountant dresses, how you talk to your clients, the communication that you have with your clients is so totally different. It is like a different person. But the belief coding can help with that. So what I would do is I would hopefully be offering some group sessions for anybody who's in the group, basically. And you can have up to 20 members at any one time, really. So I can keep an eye on everybody at the same time. We would work through a group belief coding session on anything that you particularly want to work on. It doesn't have to be on pricing or confidence or anything like that, which would help everybody. But then I think there would be hopefully some one-to-one sessions with certain people who want the one-to-one sessions in order to be able to really work on that identity. Because again, working from an accountant to an advisor is a massive shift. But then working from an advisor to a team leader and a trainer who's then going to be training their team, that's huge. That is really huge. And without being rude, accountants don't necessarily see them as team leaders and trainers, and being able to help them shift and transform into that different type of person would be, it would be an absolute privilege apart from anything else to do it.
Yeah. It's interesting, isn't it? Because we've had this conversation before where we recruit based on technical ability, because bookkeepers and accountants have had those qualifications. They come with the training already instilled in them. They can do the job.
Oh yeah.
So practice owners don't necessarily have to train any
No.
of their team,
No.
do they? So, but there's no qualification at present to be an advisor, not from any of the governing bodies.
No.
So that's another obstacle to understand that it can be learned, it can be trained, and it can, even the most junior members can start on the road to advisory because it's done in sections. So
Absolutely.
that, you completely agree, that transition for a practice owner is paramount, isn't it, for being able to change the direction of their practice, because they can't say go and do, ICB or the accountancy qualification for advisory, which is where we come in, because
Absolutely.
we are.
And I mean, the course is fabulous, and the way that it's laid out is very, very clever. How it rolls into all of the emotional intelligence as well as the skills that are needed and the communication. And it's, I think it would be a real godsend actually to an awful lot of people who have been looking for this sort of thing. There are advisor courses, but they don't actually teach you how to be an advisor, and they certainly don't teach you how to get your team trained up so that you can step away as much as you want to. And I think that's where APX really comes into it.
Yeah. Well, that's where belief coding comes in. You come in, Hetty, as well, because that's got to be an identity shift as well for the practice owner to step away.
Yeah, absolutely huge. I mean, as I say, it's not the mindset, the skill, or the knowledge. It's the belief and the identity underneath. If we don't sort that out, we are never going to step into it. I mean, when I'm working with clients, we're often working on ceilings, monetary ceilings, because they're saying to me, I want to be able to make 7 figures. And I'm saying to them, okay, so I want you to put a hand on your heart and tell me, what's the actual figure that you want to be able to turn over in 5 years' time? And they tell me a figure, and I say, tell me how that feels in your body. Actually, I feel a bit sick. I feel a bit wobbly. It's not quite right. Okay, so let's just reduce it a little bit. How does that feel? Still feels a little bit odd. Okay, let's reduce it a little bit more. Yeah, that feels okay. Right. Do you want the first one? Or do you want the last one? And then, oh, no, I want the first one, but it feels wrong. Okay, so it's not aligned with you yet. That's not where your identity is at the moment. So we can work on the third figure if that's where you want to work to. But if you want to work to that top one, then we need to start working on your identity, because you are going to be a very, very different person. Even from changing from a business owner to being a CEO, it's a huge identity shift. It's not like, okay, fine, well, I'm a CEO now. No, you're not. You're not. You're not behaving like one. You're not dressing like one. You're not communicating like a CEO yet. You're communicating like a business owner, and being able to help our clients see that. And I think what are we calling them? Your cohorts, basically, they need to be able to communicate this with their clients as well. So they need to be able to say to their clients, look, the reason that you're not feeling this is quite right, or you're not doing your goals, whatever it happens to be, it's because there's something blocking you. And I can understand that. I get that. I've had that myself. And as soon as you say that, again, you're a trusted soundboard. And once you can be a trusted soundboard and a trusted advisor to those clients, you can go miles and miles, basically.
Yeah, that's where your skill set is so unique, Hetty. I mean, for us as a team, you've been an accountant for 30 years, you have a practice, you're a business owner, you have a team, and you're belief coding expert. I mean, it's just, where else do we find that?
I don't think you do. I think I may be the only one in the world who does all of that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so we're so fortunate, and we get on. We've known you for a number of years. We get on with you absolutely fantastically. You're a great person
Thank you. We
to
have a good
know.
laugh.
Yeah, we do have a good laugh. We have fun.
Yeah.
Certainly have fun. Yeah. So I think I'm so pleased that you're an addition to our
Thank
team.
you. No, I'm very excited. I think it's going to be a really exciting time. I can't wait to do group sessions, one-on-one sessions, whichever it is that ever do we decide to
Yeah,
do it.
we'll be doing all of those, Hetty.
Excellent. Perfect.
Hetty, I'm going to put your website on the screen so that anyone can reach out to you.
Thank you.
So that's www.chviassociates.co.uk. And if anyone wants to reach out to you, they can contact you through there. Are you happy with that idea?
Absolutely fine. Yeah, no problem
Absolutely
at all.
lovely. Thanks, Hetty. Is there anything else we need to ask you about belief coding? I've been sat in the background listening a little bit, and you said that a lot of people have a belief that comes from something that's happened in their childhood. So I've been sat here, and the thing that pops into my mind straight away. So this is probably I'm not being a guinea pig here for you, but I'm just sharing because it might help someone listening to think, oh right, okay. The thing that popped into my mind straight away, which is probably fresh because me and Deb have talked about this not so long ago, is that on my last school report, I was told in no uncertain terms by more than one teacher that I would not amount to anything or not amount to much. Now, I've never forgotten that. Now, my belief is that I'm the sort of person that sticks two fingers up to that kind of comment and says, I'll show you, right? And that's how I kind of feel that I deal with those kind of negative comments that you get throughout life. But I don't know, because I'm questioning now whether that is how I deal with it or whether I'm being held back by something to do with that. So I'm throwing it out there because I think it's an important question to ask because it kind of demonstrates how this works, I would say.
Absolutely. So what I would say first of all is your subconscious has basically given you a memory, which is one of the things that we would work on. I would say that memory is almost definitely holding you back in some way. Do you want to do a test to see if it is?
If you want to.
Okay, you have to stand
I didn't intend
up.
on being a live guinea pig, but what
No,
the
I know
hell?
you didn't, but I'm going to do it anyway. I just want to test something, okay? I want you to
Go on then.
stand up, side on to me, so I can see
Stand
you.
up.
Yep.
Do you really want me to do this on camera?
Yep, go for it. Okay. Put your hand on
Breathing
your
in.
heart and say, my name is Tim.
My name is Tim.
Do you feel yourself swaying at all anywhere?
Not really, no, I'm okay. Probably slightly forwards, I would say, now you've asked the question.
Okay, let's ask it again. My name is Tim.
My name is Tim. Slightly rocking backwards and forwards, I would say.
Okay, yeah, it does look like you're rocking backwards and forwards.
Yeah.
Okay, this might not work with you, this particular one then.
Sorry.
So, my name is Hetty.
My name is Hetty.
So you're going backwards in that one.
Yeah, I would say.
Now say yes, 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 yes.
Yes, 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 yes.
Yeah, you're going forwards.
Yeah.
So your positive is forwards. Okay.
Yeah.
So now I want you to ask yourself, is the memory that I need to work on this last report from school?
Is the memory I need to work on this last report from school? Ooh, I can feel myself going backwards quite strongly then.
So that's not a memory that you actually need to work on. So that one may not be holding you back.
That's interesting.
Yeah, it is. You can sit down again.
Oh, thanks.
It's called the human
watching this on YouTube got the benefit of seeing my belly sticking out for everyone to see.
It's called the human compass. It's used in kinesiology and various other things, and it's asking your subconscious the question. So if I do it, okay, so are you going to see me now sideways as well? My name is Hetty. I have a very strong positive. My name is Bob. Is the memory I need to work on my final report at school? No. Is the memory I need to work on my pricing ceiling? Yes. So that automatically tells me which belief it is that's holding you back. And you
Okay.
can use the human compass with everything and anything. Doesn't matter what it is. It is unbelievably powerful. I use it
Mm.
literally with everything. Should I accept this client? Should I not work with this client? And I trust my subconscious to give me that answer. But then the belief coding goes further because we work on whatever trapped emotion it is that's connected to that memory, how old you were when you came up. And then we actually go through the actual reprogramming of it. And it's,
Yeah.
as I say, it's incredibly transformational.
That's really interesting. I could honestly strongly feel myself being pulled backwards when I said what the problem might be. So my instinct of saying 2 fingers up to that, I'm going to show you, is probably right.
Yeah.
But it was interesting to try it because it gives me a bit more, that is what I do.
I would say
But
that
there
there's
might be
actually
something else.
there's
Yeah,
a deeper memory in there somewhere that
of
might
course.
need to be worked on that one.
Yeah. I would say everybody is held back by something.
I think we all are. I mean,
Yeah.
our subconscious is all formed in between the ages of 0 and 7 by
Yeah.
everything and anything that's happening in our lives. And it could be good things, it could be bad things, it doesn't matter, but it's how our subconscious has interpreted those at the time. So just because a teacher has said to you, you'll never amount to anything, your subconscious is trying to keep you safe by saying, no, better not do that. You better stay in the comfort zone because it's safer. But you're saying, well, no, actually 2 fingers up to that one. Tough luck. So basically, you're talking back to your subconscious and saying, actually, that particular belief is not going to keep me safe. I want another one now. It's our inner critic.
Yeah.
It's our little parrot on our shoulders.
We love a parrot on our shoulder, don't we,
I
Deb?
know you do. I know you do. But it's very, very powerful. And being able to use it throughout the course for both the accountants and the bookkeepers and their teams, I think could be really powerful, really transformative for them all. And not just in their businesses either, in their personal lives as well. Because it has, as I say, a domino effect on everything throughout our lives.
Amazing.
Yeah. Amazing. Thank you.
Sorry, I get
Hetty.
rather passionate about it.
No, don't apologize. Yeah, we love it.
And there you are. One more time, if you want to contact Hetty directly, hvassociates.co.uk. And of course, the other way to be in Hetty's world is to come and join us at APX training, where you can benefit from all 3 of our collective minds of wisdom around creating teams for advisory, etc. So you can go to apxtraining.co.uk for that as well. Thank you so much for joining us, Hetty. That's been amazing. And I really welcome the fact that you used me as a live guinea pig, and I set myself up for it as well. But I appreciate that. That was really interesting to feel a bit of that human compass happening inside. So thank you very much.
Not at all. Thank you very much indeed. That was brilliant.
See you soon. Thanks, Deb.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Advisory Conversations with Tim Seymour and Deb Halliday. If you found this useful, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next episode. We'll see you next time.